love it.
It's relaxing.
Guinness beer. Creamy. St. Patty's Day special. We forgot the box. Forgot that little word on top. Salente.
Something like that. It's a
Dropped.
little disappointing, but it was a limited edition, and it was stacked up at the store right in front. And because we just talked about Guinness, so I was like, well, I'm gonna get some, and I was like, oh, it's a limited edition. So we asked one of the ladies that worked there. She goes, so what makes this a limited edition? What's different about it? And she picked it up. She goes, I don't know. She asked someone else.
She goes, it's more expensive.
They had no idea.
They didn't know what made it a limited edition.
Wow.
Except for the word, is it Salante?
Yes.
I believe so. Salante.
On the
S-A-L-I-E-N-T.
On the packaging.
Which
That's
is
And it had
special
a-
edition in
And
Latin.
it had a green clover.
The cans are exactly the same.
Yeah. Like some of the other Guinness 4-packs of the cans, they didn't have the little green clover leaf on there. These did. I don't know if there was a... It's a St. Patty's Day commemorative 4-pack.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. I think it's a promo for that, and I don't know.
All right. Well, welcome everybody to the final February podcast.
The first podcast of February.
No, it's the last one. And then next week is already March.
No shit. Yeah, March.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's even crazier is the fact that it jumped fucking 80 degrees in a week.
Yeah, we got
In
to what?
1 week.
We went from 1 degree to 75 today?
Well,
Yeah, it was in
my
the,
trip registered 79 degrees.
Yeah, it was upper 70s.
Yeah, I was outside after work just sitting on the patio enjoying the weather.
Yeah.
The sun, blue skies.
Unbelievable.
That was nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I drove to Louisiana and back, and on the way back, I put my earbuds in, and opened up the sunroof because you can't open up the sunroof without earbuds. Paul might not know that, but it creates a vacuum and it hurts your ears. At least it does mine.
Never experienced that.
You have to equalize the pressure by opening up another window, dummy.
No, I'm not talking about the.
Does it start thumping?
I'm not talking about that.
Hearing impaired people just don't understand.
No, I'm talking about just the sunroof. No, it creates a lot of wind that blows in there. It's kind of very unbearable.
I like my sunroof. I
Yeah.
can open it, and got the truck, so the back window. If I open the top and then the back
That's
window,
what I mean.
Yeah.
And then
it creates a
an
very
airflow.
nice breeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Well, you need that breeze for as much as you're farting in there.
Me?
Yeah, yeah, you.
No. On the way back from College Station,
Well,
who
know what?
was,
You
who
were
was
doing it too.
grinding into the seat?
We were all doing it.
yeah.
Does it make it
Hold
right?
on, Paul does
Come on, man, do it too. No, I'm good.
killing us.
All right.
All right, so we picked up the beer. We've got the 4-pack now. My experience with this Guinness beer is that I agree with both Jeff and Paul. This beer that we're drinking today is kind of flat.
I don't
You know,
like
it's
it.
a nitrogen one. I've had nitrogen-based Guinness beer where it comes out and it's extremely creamy. So creamy so that when they take it off the tap, they can make a little shamrock.
Yeah, this one did not do that.
No.
Yeah.
And I've had the cans before that created a lot of the froth. This one did not. So
I feel kind of guilty. I don't want to finish it.
No problem. Don't finish it.
All right.
I have no problem with that. You
Yeah,
drank half
right?
of it.
Yeah, I'm getting the look from Sean. I mean, that who does that, right?
I mean, that's a wounded soldier.
It
Why would you
is.
just abandon a wounded soldier?
Let it die.
Sean will drink it.
No. No.
I'll save it.
So I like the Guinness, obviously on tap, much, much better than this.
All right, so it's different. We're not used to it. I'm going to finish mine, and then we're done with it. Paul's already got his high life out. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, not my thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the last time I had
No-
Guinness was
no
was
bueno.
in a bar, and it was really good. I'm not a fan of that.
No, this one's
I'm
pretty bad.
gonna one and done
Now,
with Guinness.
The bourbon, however,
Yes.
It's
This
not
is
a,
It's
it's not a
actually
bourbon.
not bourbon.
it's not a bourbon. It's a whiskey.
It's a whiskey.
An
You're
American
correct.
Texas whiskey.
And I like it. I had my reservations. I was thinking, yeah, this can be. I like it. It's very oaky, nutty. It's got a chocolate kick to it. It's not very strong. It doesn't have a lot of power in the nose.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth. All right,
So-
so
so-
it is. Say what it is.
So this is TX whiskey. I don't know if it's TX whiskey or Texas whiskey or what the proper name of it is. But it's the TX whiskeys.
TX is straight. No, it's a bourbon.
So click on that right there, Mr. Producer.
And where is that?
That's what I'm looking at.
Obviously, it's in Texas, but where in Texas is that distilled? Do we know?
Uh,
Do it.
Farmer's Branch.
Prosper.
I don't know. It's
Undisclosed mash bill.
yeah, it's undisclosed.
Oh, nice.
Really?
Oh gosh.
The mystery. We're trying to get into the website, and it's asking us for how old we are.
Yeah. 1950,
Oh,
January
wow.
1st. Wow.
Join our newsletter. No, not interested. So they are located in North Texas. So go to our story. So anyway, it's a North Texas whiskey.
It's smooth, yeah.
We really like it. We don't have a lot of whiskeys. We've got a bunch of bourbons out there. So we got the whiskey, and it's the smell, the nose. I'm sorry, the proper nose. The nose.
Yeah. The stench.
The rot. Isn't much, I don't think. There's not much of a nose on it. At least, although, let me try it now. It's had time to
let's do it one more
breathe.
time.
Actually, it does
Oh,
smell
there
different
is.
now.
No, there's a lot in it. There's a lot in it.
Well, you got to have these special glasses to be able to focus
Well, we did,
it.
but when we first poured it in there, it was very
It
much.
smells like a God-blessed dessert.
God, I'm
It
really,
does.
I'm
It
really
smells
impressed, man.
like a pecan pie or something like
I
that.
am really impressed. It smells great, tastes great, finishes great.
It's cheap. It was like $22.
I had no idea. I think we've been stuck on this bourbon thing for so long
Yeah.
that
Well, I
now
mean,
that
Remember the last time we went to Total Wine? We were at the whiskey side, right? Not the bourbon side, but the whiskey side, and we were looking at all the. There's a ton.
I think
it's an untapped potential.
I think we need to start focusing there. I got this last one. I think what I'm tasting is, like I said, I smelled pecan pie. I think
It's
the
like
nuttiness
a
that you
whiskey.
said, I think it's pecan.
Yeah, maybe
Pecan.
pecan pie.
Pecan pie.
I remember the Carvel's
Let's
ice
see
cream.
Let's see what this guy says. Blast of corn. Oh, fresh pecan pie. Look at that.
Oh, look at you.
Look
And
at
maple
that.
sugar,
Oh, and
candy.
oak.
Banana.
Oh, plátano. I mean, banana.
What?
Sorry.
These are joined by a dash of peppery spice. Not much.
I'm impressed.
Yeah. Well, all of it's there. Brown butter, light vanilla, hint of oak follow, banana, maple sugar candy. It's all there. It tastes like a
dessert.
It really does.
It does.
Yeah, it's good.
I
It's
kind
not
of
overly sweet, but their sweetness is there.
I kind of like a praline would taste.
Correct. Like a
Almost.
pecan praline. Yeah, it was tasty.
Uh-huh. All right.
I wonder if this has more sugar than the bourbon
Probably not.
because
I don't
it
know.
tastes sweeter.
I don't know. Could be. Could be just the mix of ingredients as well.
Well, I'm impressed. I would drink this whole God bless 'em bottle.
Good thing it's not in here.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to.
I know there's a subject
I'll gotta
change
go to
here,
the
but
bathroom. I'll be right back.
my phone keeps like blowing up, and I'm trying to look at it. And why is it blowing up? So Parlor's back. Did we talk about this
Oh yeah,
already?
I'm signed back in.
Parlor's back.
Yes.
So, is your app re-engaging?
yes.
It is. Yeah.
So my app is not.
Well,
I tried several times and it
Yes.
crashes every time. And
If you uninstall it, so where can you get the Parlor app?
yeah, is Parlor app on? Let me check the Android
Is it on the Google?
because I didn't see it.
Isn't that insane? That not only did they like kick it off of Amazon,
That's
but
not it.
you can't even download it.
It has to be on a website somewhere.
It says Parlor by Parlor is unavailable on Google Play.
Yeah,
So
unavailable.
It's Parler.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so it may be on a
I looked. I couldn't find
there it is right there. APK, what does that say?
Oh, yeah, you can download an APK, huh?
So click on that one right there. See what that says. Yeah, see there, you can get it there. You just have to side load it is what you have to do.
Crazy. Anyway, yeah, I just noticed that I'm back on.
Yeah, I like it. I've been reading through it. Again, I don't go to the mainstream media outlets anymore. And are they mainstream anymore? Because their viewership is nothing.
What are you talking about?
Like
CNN,
wow.
MSNBC.
Especially after
Yeah, I
this
don't know.
Cuomo deal. And I mean, it's just one more nail in the coffin for that bunch of baboons.
Well, yeah, but why do they call it the mainstream? Well, I think maybe it's just an inherited because for years and years and years they dominated.
Well, it's the
Well, I
cable
mean, don't forget that's
news
NBC.
network.
Well, and it's NBC, CBS, ABC. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, I know, but how many folks watch the evening news anymore? I don't know.
That's a great question. I don't know. I don't think
Yeah.
a lot.
That's what I mean. I mean,
I
it's
think it was The Voice. This is CNN. What's that guy's name?
James Earl Jones,
Yeah.
Darth Vader.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice.
What?
Who's C-3PO?
I don't think C-3PO was on there. But he had a fantastic voice. I'll tell you what, the CNN was the biggest during the Gulf War when
Well,
they
that's
were going
what
into
Wolf
Iraq.
Blitzer, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's when it was 19. Yeah, I was in college, and we'd sit down every
Yeah,
night.
no,
and
I
watch
loved it, and I liked Wolf Blitzer, and I liked all those guys. I like.
Bernard Shaw.
Then
Was that
now-
his name?
Bernard Shaw.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking
And-
about it now. I feel like dirty the fact that I liked
Yeah.
any of them.
Yeah, yeah. CNN was a little more. What do you want to call it? In the middle, right?
You would- well, I
yeah,
mean,
well,
And it was news back then.
Well, right. It was
I
new.
feel like it was more news than more. The person, one of the reporters that kind of came out of this whole thing that isn't completely jaded is Gerardo.
You know what? I thought he was a major liberal, and he has come out and defended a number of people that are conservative or Republican, and I'm like, well, maybe he's not liberal. I was confused.
I think he's
What
an
is he?
I think he's an independent. I think he
Good
for him.
he goes
How
both
often
ways.
does that happen?
Yeah, I think he goes both ways.
Oh wow!
Well,
He's pan. He's
Remember
pan
when
political.
didn't he? He got caught up in a scandal where he took a picture in a towel and Twitter or
What?
something.
What?
Do you hear about that?
No.
The dude's like 76 years
I
old. Who
know, and
gives
he
a
was
shit?
being all like, with this big mustache and his towel hanging off his
Junk.
pelvis.
Well, hold on.
Junk.
Was he hanging his towel on his junk like it was
Well,
he
like
was
a towel
erect and-
hanger?
Okay,
I mean, because I do that sometimes.
oh, do you? Oh, really?
Walk around like
Yeah.
you're a
Wow.
fighting the bull.
Do you?
Yeah, I walk out of the shower and, are you ready, baby?
And,
And
you
I've got several towels on the hook, so to
It's
speak.
like 15 pounds
Really?
wet.
Yeah, the washcloths. Yeah,
Wow.
washcloths.
and you post that on Instagram?
No, I don't have
Oh.
an Instagram.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. So yeah, the whole Geraldo thing where I got introduced from him was when he
RedTube.
was not on RedTube. It was
I don't even know what that is.
really.
I don't. Is that a gay YouTube?
It's like porn tube.
I don't know.
Ask the boys.
Okay.
All
right, moving on.
Was when he dug out. Was it Al
So
Capone's?
full of
No,
shit.
yeah.
Was it Al
No,
Capone's
I
vault?
really don't have no idea what that is.
Was that the one he dug out? Al Capone
I think so. Well, they
or
opened the
Jimmy
vault.
Hoffa
They
or
opened
which
the
one
vault.
was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was Jimmy Hoffa. Well, they thought he was in this.
No, it was Al Capone.
What?
Wasn't it?
No,
Jimmy Hoffa's buried in
in concrete. They
New York Giants Stadium somewhere.
It
they
was the
said.
vault of Al Capone, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
And there was this big special, and it was an hour long or 2 hours long, and,
And
they
then
just
it was
kept talking
nothing.
about time. They opened it and they found like a whiskey bottle,
yeah,
and that was it.
and a shoe.
Was it full?
No, it wasn't.
An empty whiskey bottle?
Yeah, it was an empty whiskey bottle.
God
Did you say a shoe?
Yeah, shoe, and it had a white label on it. It wasn't even a good brand.
damn. That sucks.
I think they went to see the movie Midway and drank it.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Don't remind me.
Yeah, Al Capone. I found that interesting. That whole period interesting.
but it's truly the goons, the thugs, and the brawn. It just a really it's kind of a cool time, I guess, for those guys. But what a bunch of losers, man! What a bunch of
know.
animals.
Animals, yeah.
yeah. Was he the one who did the Bloody Sunday, Al Capone?
I don't know. I'm not really up on the gangster history.
I'm not either, but I like watching some of the movies from that era, like the HBO show they had out there, Boardwalk Empire, which I thought was really interesting. It followed some gangsters in Atlantic City during Prohibition, and it spilled over into Chicago because it was about the whole trafficking of booze.
So the thing about the gangsters that I always kind of wonder is that are they like do they like in the movies? It's like they whack somebody and then they like dismember them and they're in some sort of hunting lodge where they're used to working out deer carcass and they're cutting them and slicing them up and kind of getting rid of the bodies. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
that's the kind of what I'm envisioning when it comes to some sort of gangster. But was Al Capone a gangster like that, or was he one of the guys that just went around shooting people?
I don't know. I don't know
I
enough
don't know
about Al
either.
Capone.
I
We'll have to
don't
do a
know
deep dive on Al Capone. I don't know.
I mean, because that's really barbaric. I mean, some of the stuff that.
What you mean, making bodies disappear?
Well, they
I
have
don't know.
I thought
people like
usually
that.
didn't they put them in a sack
Or
and
cement shoes and
well,
throw them into the river.
well, they put them in a sack and they loaded the sack with rocks and they threw them in a river. That's what I always thought
Right.
they did.
Well,
I mean, that's what my dad told me to do.
We're gonna make you wear the cement shoes. That was Al
Right.
Capone.
There you go.
In case you guys were wondering, that was Al Capone.
Yeah, that was Al Capone.
Was Al Capone on the list of topics tonight?
No, it was not
Did
actually.
Is he on the?
Oh.
Did he die? It was-
He did die.
He died quite a while ago. Yeah. So I think big news is today was the whole. I don't know much about what's going on. I think it's still developing. Is the whole Tiger Woods thing?
Yeah,
Oh.
got into a car wreck
Yeah,
out
he
in
got-
California, right? L.A.
Hey, is there any reason why the flags are at half staff today?
Is it Rush Limbaugh?
That's what I was thinking.
Well, that was Florida.
Yeah,
Well, Florida did that. Did Texas do it?
Well,
I don't know.
I was driving back from Louisiana, and off the highway there were several large businesses with super large flags that were all at half mast.
Well, I looked. You can search. Why are the flags at half staff?
Yep, I'm looking right now.
I don't want to use the G word. You can DuckDuckGo. Why? It's just not. It doesn't flow off the tongue. It's like you can Google it.
Okay, here it is. I've got it. It's a proclamation on remembering the 500,000 Americans lost to COVID-19. So I guess we passed a very grim milestone. 500,000.
It's all Biden's fault, isn't it?
Wow.
I
And
mean-
the thing is do we really?
No, we didn't. I mean, a
No.
lot of them are pneumonia. A lot of them are the flu. A lot of them are motorcycle wrecks of somebody that had COVID.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
the
Yeah, I
thing
don't-
about Florida when they're talking about they've got people running around the whole state without masks on, and their numbers are doing fantastic.
As good as other states,
You know,
or even
it's
better.
just- it's ridiculous.
I know the whole thing's a farce.
Yeah. When we were in Total Wine last week, there was a lady who wasn't wearing a mask, and I don't care, you know. And but
Did you get the manager?
no, I don't know if someone did, but someone went up to her, an employee, and she had the box of masks and says, you know, we need you to put on a mask. And this lady was checking out. She was already shopped, and she was in line to check out, and she was holding a big bottle of booze. I don't know what it was,
Yeah.
Jack Daniels or something, the big handle. And the lady was very nice. Says, you know, we store policy. We need you to wear the mask. And the lady started arguing back. It says, you know, I need you to put the mask on. So the lady took the bottle and threw it at the lady, and it fell into the box, luckily. And she stormed out, bitching.
Oh, so she's a Karen.
Yeah.
So you witnessed a Karen.
Oh, yeah, I saw it going on.
Did you push
Oh.
her down?
No.
Push her down.
Well, I think I mentioned something to
She
you. I was
went
like,
out in
did
the
you see
parking
that?
lot.
Did you see that
Come
lady?
here, bitch.
Did you see that lady?
Hey, Karen.
Yeah, luckily, it was the big bottle, too. So luckily that this lady had a good handle of
Yeah,
the
dude,
bottle.
if that had shattered on the ground, that's up in the stakes on the whole escalation.
Yeah. So then she threw it. And
Some people just have bad days and
You know, but
compounded
why?
with
What's
the fact
point?
that
What
they're
do they
idiots.
think? What do they think they're going to prove or to? You know what I mean?
Man, there's
Just
people.
put on the damn mask, buy your shit, and
There's
go home.
people. I stopped. I was at a Bucky's gas station, and on the way back home today,
Yeah.
and there are some people that are just defiant,
I know.
and they come in, and I was watching. Excuse me. I was watching this guy come in. I was in the car. I put my mask on. I walked in, and this guy sitting out by the tailgate of his truck, and he's just out there just shooting the shit. And I just saw him out of the corner of my eye. I wasn't paying too much attention. Went inside, and I'm looking at all the do-it-yourself stuff. You know, like, oh man, we can make this stuff. We can make this. We can sell this. I can't
Right.
believe they're charging that much. These guys are. Anyways, this guy comes in, and
I do the same thing.
he's looking around, looking behind him. He doesn't have a mask on, so he's looking for someone
He's looking
to say
for a
something for him.
confrontation.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
Be
look at this
drunk.
guy. Look at this guy.
Look at this
He's
guy.
literally walking around looking for problems.
Yeah,
looking for
and
trouble.
I'm just kind of like, man.
He probably had his phone out ready to record.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw this father and this
jerk.
and his daughter. Right, so the girl's maybe 6, and they're both walking around, and she's kind of looking up at him like kind of oh, should we be doing this? And the father was like, I'm like, come on, man, really? I
So
mean,
my
what?
question is he like that every time he goes out?
Yeah,
Or did something happen where he's like, screw it, I'm doing it now?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And it's not. I understand the anger. I understand the frustration. I understand, that this is a. I don't want to say fabricated because it's a real virus and people are really dying. But the response, the government response and the state response to it is totally ridiculous, right?
Mhm.
It
I
doesn't
do.
match. It doesn't fit the.
It doesn't. It
It
doesn't.
doesn't fit.
And I totally agree with that. And I have the same frustration. But I mean, come on. I mean, I'm not going to go around trying to pick fights with other grocery shoppers.
No. I mean, if someone's not wearing it, it doesn't bother me. Whatever.
Right.
Yeah, to each their own.
I
wear it.
just run away in fear.
I wear it.
Oh my God! I have a mask on.
I wear it just to avoid the confrontation.
Of course.
If I
Come
thought I
on.
could get away
It's
with
about
it,
being
I
an
wouldn't wear it.
adult.
Yeah, it's just I'm wearing it, makes people feel better. I don't agree with it. What I'm afraid of is we've been into the year, and people from here on out are going to expect you to wear a mask wherever you go.
No.
Except in Florida.
Even when this whole thing is eradicated or just turns into a yearly flu, like the flu is,
Yeah.
they're going to be like, you need to wear a mask at all times now.
And
No.
it may get to that point. Who knows? Who knows what happens from fucking week to week?
I'm gonna put on a hockey mask. Okay. Anyway.
Well, you know
all right.
what? That kind of leads me into a topic
Okay.
that I found interesting. And I think it's valid to a point, but I think both parties have a point. The women's beach volleyball have a tournament in, gosh, I think it's Oman or Yemen or one of the Middle East countries over there,
Right.
and the government is saying you cannot wear your
Bikinis.
bikinis.
It is basically the most revealing sport that I
Oh
can
yeah.
think of.
Well, there's a German.
Yeah,
There's a German team who
Even
says,
the swim team has onesies.
yeah.
Right,
I mean, they're skimp,
Yeah.
skimp. Which I don't mind, but
No,
Oh, you
is.
don't?
But they're going over there where women wear clothing like that, the burqa and whatnot. So
Yeah.
they said all the players need to wear. I wrote it down. Need to wear long shirts and trousers
Huh.
Right.
Long
To cover
shirt and trousers. Is that while
Right.
walking around?
while playing.
Why would they
While
even,
they're playing.
Correct.
knowing what
All
they
right,
know
that's-
about that sport, why would they even bother hosting it? They just want to stir up shit.
I don't know. I
I
don't know.
Why even bother hosting it?
Right. So the FIVB has come out and says, out of respect for the culture and traditions of the host country, we will adhere to it. So this German team said we're not going because
Good for them.
Yeah.
th-
I'd
this-
back out too.
when
Because
peop-
they like to be naked when they
people
play.
go to work, they wear
I
their
respect
they
that.
wear their work
Yeah.
clothing. This is our work
Me
clothing.
too. It's less restrictive.
Right.
They can dig.
Right. So anyway, I think
Dig. Dig. Yeah.
I think it poses the question of the whole respect the culture and everything, which I don't have a problem with, but it needs to go both ways,
It does.
right?
Yeah, I mean, they don't do that while they're in the United States.
Well,
You
yeah,
know,
but
respecting our culture.
that's what I mean. I mean, there's some differences there.
Instead of integrating into our system, they're going to change it.
Again, I'll go back to you're stirring up trouble when you host a beach volleyball tournament and then suddenly start telling all
Yeah,
the teams that they have to dress.
That's a bad business decision. I
come
don't
on.
think that you need to impose that on the players.
This is the first time they've had it there.
Well, I mean, why are we having it there? That's
Well,
retarded.
the ladies even said I don't even know why we're having it there because it is so hot
Right.
to begin with. Even in the bikini, it's unbearable. And they
Right.
want us to wear long shirts
There's a
and
real,
trousers.
there's an easy solution to this. All the teams say, "Fuck you, we're not going to play in Yemen."
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
there you go.
There you
Yeah.
go. And then then the tournament gets canceled, and they don't try to do it again. And then they can shove their liberty, no freedom thing up their butt.
Yeah. So it's
Sorry,
it's one of these where it's
Is that a Seanism? Did I just
Oh,
throw out a
wow.
Seanism?
Wow.
No, you did not. That's not a Seanism.
Well, I do-
Seanisms are
Yeah, it's okay. You don't need to tell
Horrible.
us what a Seanism is.
yeah,
Quite caustic.
yeah.
All right, well, Anyway, okay.
Anyway, I found that interesting.
That is interesting. All right, so they were the only team that bailed.
So far, yeah, this German team just said, we're not
Like
going
a
to go.
gyrating cow's ass.
What?
Oh
Is that the name
In
of the
what
tournament?
context?
no, I was thinking of Shawnisms.
Oh, you're trying to think of.
Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry, I'm back.
Yeah,
No,
all
if
right.
there were a whole bunch of Seanisms, the listeners would never hear it anyway. They're all edited.
Well, that's the goal.
Right.
All right. All right. Well, there you go.
No, it's kind of. Who do you throw stones at this point? I mean, they created I mean, how could they possibly have the contest? They're going to die of heat exposure or heat exhaustion.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it'd be interesting to watch at this point to see how it goes because typically these ladies are used to almost nothing to wear. Now they're wearing
Yeah.
trousers
I mean,
and
nothing. I'm kind of freaking out how they keep those damn things on.
Okay.
I mean, they look like body art. I mean, you might as well just
Yeah.
paint.
it's painted on.
Body paint.
Just
Yes.
kind of epoxy the moose knuckle and just.
Oh, there it is.
You know,
Jeez.
Yeah.
Kind of like a shoehorn.
rubberize it, little shoehorn. Yeah,
Okay.
Sean just pictured it.
Yeah, he did.
I did. And what do you do about the butt crack? How do you have that up?
I don't know. So I'm thinking
I
that
like the idea of the two seashells in the front, though.
yes.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be able to wear like spandex long pants because it's revealing and tight. They're probably going to be like baggy
Like khakis.
pants. I
Yeah.
call them trousers.
Like baggy khakis.
Like,
Yeah.
like some sweatpants.
I don't know.
Something tells me the viewership would plummet.
I would tune in for a little bit, going, "This is ridiculous." Just to watch these people trying to fly
It would
around
be
with
kinda
this stuff,
funny. It would be kind of funny.
just
though.
sweating and just dying of heat exhaustion.
Yeah.
Is that true though? Right? Because a lot of times the people I see working outdoors, like the people who cut lawns and work on roofs and shit. I mean, they're always wearing long sleeves and
Yeah,
long
but they're
pants.
not.
You
They're
get
not
used to it.
doing.
Are they?
That's
I mean,
different.
because I think it keeps in moisture, right? I mean, there's something. It
That's-
cools them.
That's different. When you're doing exercise outside, you need that constant air to be hitting off your skin. That's the reason why your body creates sweats to cool itself off.
Right.
And if the wind blows across it, and that creates the R factor there, I think.
It's Dr. Sean.
Yeah. R factor.
Oh, did I put that in there? R factor. You know how your hairs create that little insulation thing?
Your
No.
pubes.
Wind, the air gets on the sweat gets on the hair follicles, and the wind cools it off.
Yeah. No, keep going.
And it
This is
beads up
fascinating.
and
Could you
gets
go
like
another layer,
frost.
a little deeper?
Into
So
the
the-
epidermis.
You get
Yeah.
you get your butt
Don't,
hairs.
no. Don't help him. Don't help him. I want him to go see how far he can go with this.
Yeah.
I thought our producer would be pulling something up. Like,
Well, a lot of
To bail you out.
yeah.
well, a lot of it is to keep the sun off the skin too. Right.
Well, that would be the number one thing. So,
because because I know when I go outside now, I have to wear long sleeve shirts even during the
Hypothalamus.
summer
Well, yeah, sure.
to keep out of the sun.
Yeah, no, me too.
So exercising increase your body temperature. Whoa. Your body temperature when your hypothalamus, an area of your brain that acts as a thermostat, senses either a rise or fall in the body temperature. It takes action to protect your body. With increases in core body temperature, your hypothalamus directs more of your blood flow to the skin and signals the body to start sweating. Sweating is the primary.
That's why you turn red, I guess, huh?
My hypothalamus.
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 I know my face gets very red when I get hot. It looks like I'm going to stroke out. I've always been like that. My
Yeah,
face
no.
gets beat red.
My wife's the same way. I've never been like that.
Yeah, I look terrible. Just like when we
I mean,
climbed
but
Mount
you-
Vesuvius out there in Tahoe,
Yeah.
Mount Everest. My face, I know, was all red, and of course, I was swollen, looked like a frickin' sausage.
Yeah.
Usually people like that don't sweat. They
Oh, I sweat like a pig.
So you do
Well,
both.
pigs don't sweat, but I sweat profusely when I get hot. Yeah,
and you get the big
yeah.
the red face. Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
That was torture climbing up that mountain.
Yeah, you guys have talked about that several times.
Yeah.
It was at least
I'd do it again though.
it was at least 18,000 feet starting point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on the bike the other day and I did a Lake Tahoe iFit.
Did it go all the way around?
No,
That's about 70 miles or so. I think.
no, definitely not all the way around. It was actually a pretty disappointing ride, to be honest. You follow a guide or whatever, and yeah, I was not impressed.
We'll
So
get-
does it have
It
video?
was pretty,
of this?
really pretty though.
yeah.
Also, does it shows the landscape and
Oh
everything?
yeah, no. So while you're biking and you're following the person, uh, they'll send a drone up. It's all edited and produced.
Right.
They'll send a drone up and they take pictures of the lake and while he's talking and you're
And
biking.
this is all
then,
that little screen in front of your face.
It's a 22-inch screen. It's not too small. It's nice.
And
Anyway.
he's like a foot away from it.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to have those what do they call
VR
opticals,
glass.
the VR glasses.
Right.
That way you can like look in 360 and see.
That would actually be kind of cool.
kind of look.
That
over
would be
there.
cool.
You can see people driving by. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah,
Hey, bitch.
I bit the bullet when the COVID thing started and I couldn't play basketball anymore because that was my form of exercise, going up to the gym and playing basketball 3 times a week,
Yeah,
right?
you did it all
Right.
the time.
Yeah, I did all the time, and so I got the bike and I got the
you-
iFit thing where you can do a number of things, right?
Did you get
can
the Nordic thing?
Nordic Track, yeah,
Nordic bike?
Nordic bike or whatever it is. It's cool. I mean, my big fear was that it was basically going to be a towel rack, where clothes,
Yeah,
Right.
and it was for
that's an expensive.
It
towel
was
rack.
for like a month. It was for like a month, and I'm back on it now. I started out great in the beginning, took a month off for one reason or another, and then I'm back on it now. So it's pretty cool though. It's cool. A lot of options in the iFit. iFit
Is that the new Apple one?
no iFit is the software that they put on the screen,
No.
and it can be live. It can be pre-recorded. With
Just like the Pelotons, right?
Yes, like that. But one thing I have done, which is really cool, is you can go map your own route. Did we talk about this before?
Briefly.
You can go into Google Maps and you can map your own route. But you know how where it shows the
Street view?
Street View. Thank you. And you can map the whole thing, and then you load it into iFit, and then
So you could drive around your town.
I can drive around my town. I can drive around any city or countryside in the world that has Street
kinda
View
cool.
maps. It is really cool. It's really cool. And so what I try to do is I create a map that starts out in the town or the city and then goes up a mountain, because I want elevation. Oh, that's the other thing. It knows, Google Maps is amazing. It knows the elevation of the area. And
Oh,
so the
yeah.
bike automatically adjusts, like incline.
Does it actually lift or just the tension or the?
No, it
Tension.
lifts. It lifts.
So you're like, if you're going up a steep hill, you're like
It lifts
standing
up.
on your feet.
It lifts up, yeah.
Yeah,
And it's super
interesting.
cool. And so I try to find these routes. I don't know anything about these areas. I'm in Brazil, right?
So,
and I'm
you
just
know what would
picking
be
some
really cool?
random.
Is if
Right.
like if you can crash, and then the bike would like lay down on its side.
Yeah,
or
if you turn the
something.
and then
handle-
you literally fly
you
over
would-
the
you
handlebars.
fall off the bike.
Like if you turn the handlebars real hard.
Yeah. So look, can I have a question? Why would that be cool?
Well, it'd be cool from like
It's
Jeff and I
realism.
watching you.
Oh, got you.
Well, you're
yeah.
going for realism,
Oh,
right?
watching me crumpled on the ground with like a broken neck. Oh,
Going
I
for
see, yeah.
authenticity.
Oh no, you'd have padding,
Puts like mattresses out front.
like a test
Great.
test dummy.
Yeah, cool. It is kind of cool, but it takes discipline, just like anything else. Going to the gym or getting
Yeah.
on the bike, it doesn't matter if it's 10 feet away or a 10-minute drive. It takes discipline, man.
Yeah. I went yesterday and
Good for you.
had a good workout. Did the bike, went about 8 miles. How long are your trips?
So I realize now if I'm going to burn any significant calories, it needs to be 45 minutes or more.
I do 30 minutes.
And I've been doing 30, and they're just they're just not long enough.
Yeah,
I'm
because I know-
barely starting to sweat.
I start to sweat about halfway through.
Okay. I
And
mean,
then-
everybody's different, right? I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's different in terms of how quickly your body revs up to starting to burn, anabolic or whatever it is. I don't know all that stuff.
I don't know.
I don't know either. We should ask Dr. Sean.
Well, I don't personally. My threshold for sweating is kind of high, unless it's really hot outside.
Yeah, and then you
That's different.
sweat
Like,
right away.
Meaning, if I go to the gym, it just seems like I can work out an awful lot, and I don't sweat that much.
You need to push yourself harder.
Yeah. Well, even when I've pushed myself harder, it doesn't really start to kick in until like 30 minutes in.
You do jazzercise
Ooh.
How about Zumba?
or Zumba.
Yeah.
I mean,
tell you
you're-
what, we had Zumba on.
How are your dancing skills?
We had Zumba on
He's a
the.
white dude.
God bless. I'm trying to think. What is that?
Bastard.
The Nintendo Wii game,
Yeah.
and you hold the little controllers, and
Or
you do
dance,
the Zumba.
dance, whatever that's called.
Dance party.
Dance
well,
party. Yeah.
It's similar.
Steven
I'm not
was
sure
big on that.
exactly what the name of it is, but I know that we had it, and you would take you'd have the little controllers in your hand, and you'd go back and forth. You'd follow a
Yeah.
routine.
Just Dance. That's it
Yeah.
right there. We had that. Steven did the shit out of that.
We had the Michael Jackson one where you see the shadow,
You
Oh,
bend
yeah.
over.
the people, you see the people and you follow whatever they're doing. Oh, what did you say?
I'm sorry, what?
Spread the
Oh
butt cheek.
my God.
Oh.
It's a bedroom.
4-poster bed.
Come
The South
on.
Wing.
What's wrong with you guys? Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Personalized
There it
theater.
is. I don't know. Michael Jackson Experience.
Oh, beat it.
It's the same.
And
Thing,
it was
it's
and it was
just-
cool. I mean, the music is amazing, of course, and then that's really what.
Technology is kind of amazing too.
Oh, so you have to do that?
Oh, I could do all that. The lean thing.
Well, that's
I
the
leaned
Billie
down.
Jean where they lean forward.
Yeah, I leaned down and my nose touched the ground and I snapped back. It was
Oh.
amazing. Oh yeah.
You have very strong ankles.
I have strong everything. Yeah.
To
It's
be
that
able to do that.
testosterone supplements.
Yeah, I just leaned on my third leg.
Oh, really? Dude.
Whatever, man.
Whatever.
It's like a kickstand.
Whatever. Kickstand. Okay.
Your towel
Anyway.
hanger.
Anyway, we're talking about dancing. Why are we talking about dancing?
Well, that was fun.
Speaking of, I've got some. The boys went dancing last weekend. Has Dawson told you?
They went dancing?
Oh yes.
Together?
Ballroom.
Oh, ballroom dancing, really?
Yeah, I can see that.
No, they went out to the clubs to go dancing, and Steven said that everyone had a blast.
No, I'm sure. Yeah.
He goes, "We found our new place."
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a blast when they take their father's credit card and they slide it across the bar and they go,
Oh, yeah.
start a tab.
We
Yeah,
s-
suddenly it becomes like the most fun night ever.
Yes.
excuse me,
Yeah,
Mr.
Steven
D.
did tell me that.
Do you have an ID?
Yeah. Oh. And they all like, yeah, me, no me, no me.
These are fake. What? What?
And they're like, we're gonna have to charge you $2 more per drink.
God.
Okay.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hey, Dad. They're gonna be really expensive drinks. Is that okay?
Well, what the bouncers like to do is they will confiscate the license and says, I'm not giving you back. You give me $40, I'll give you a license back.
Oh, total extortion.
Yeah,
Of course
love
it
it.
is. They have them by the nuts right
By
there,
the
man.
nuts. Totally by the nuts.
Yeah.
And they totally do it too.
I was really frustrated with him though. He was texting me. It was his birthday, right? And I gave him some birthday money, and he burned through it on the first night because they go to this club. They go clubbing, and I was texting back and forth with him. And I said, okay, listen, you're not understanding something. You don't have any money.
Right.
Like we didn't go clubbing when we were in college because we had no money. You know what we
Right.
bought? We bought natural light.
Yep.
And we hung out in the dorm room, or we bought the cheap ass wine coolers and hung out in the dorm room, and
Yep.
and we played cards and shit. We
The
didn't do
Zima.
clubbing. We didn't buy
Right.
$8 drinks
$10 Jack and Cokes
in college.
in college.
Fuck
Yeah.
that. No way.
I had that
I was
same
pissed at him.
discussion with Steven. He goes, I spent so much money last week. And I was like, dude, it's like, for one thing, you need to start buying. He goes, you want me to buy Keystone? And I was like, exactly.
Oh my God.
I was like, well,
Keystone
he's
is
like- He's like, I can't drink that. I was like, you need to learn how.
that is I'm speechless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So
it's either that or they need to start just drinking bourbon.
Hold on. College students are saying there's a beer that's like beneath them.
yes, all of these guys.
They're spoiled.
Oh, that is
Absolutely spoiled.
the absolute definition of
but
spoiled.
Steven has his own money. He's not taking my money.
Still.
So he's spending his own money, and he's recognizing how much he spent.
Yeah, but that money was given to him in the spirit of him spending it responsibly, and that's not an act of responsibility. Spending it on high dollar
Well,
booze.
Well, you know what though? Okay, so I told my son, I go, listen, when you're making your own money, if you want to work all summer and make $1,500 and then blow it in 6 weeks when you go to college, brother, knock yourself out. That's your money. You can blow
Yeah.
it however you want to, but do not, when you don't have a job and you don't have any money, don't blow through the money I'm giving you to like buy groceries and shit, and then complain that you've got no money and can't
Right.
do anything.
right.
Yeah, I was pretty pissed.
I'd let him sit. I'd let him go a while. I do that with my other son.
Yeah.
He had to learn. He's like, I have no money. I was like, well, what did you spend it on? Well, we went out to dinner here. We had got wine. I was like, well, what are you talking about?
We went clubbing.
Yeah, well, no, they don't go clubbing.
It's ridiculous.
But their big thing would be they go out to dinner or
Sure.
they'd have a nice dinner or something like that. Or, um, it's just a mismanagement of funds. And
Shit, man, we ate Gumby's pizza and
Yeah.
Little Caesars pizza because it was like freaking dirt cheap.
these boys are under the impression that they need to eat healthy, which means nice chicken, salmon, seafood,
Gluten free.
and stuff like gluten free,
Nice.
organic,
Oh,
and shit like that.
but no.
And I'm like, eat ramen noodles and pot pies, dude.
Yeah,
Dude, that's not good for me.
chicken with no antibiotics.
Dude, you'll be fine.
Unbelievable.
You will be fine.
Unbelievable.
You're 20 years old. You'll be fine.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
I have my one boy on an allowance, and when he goes through it, it's sorry. You spend it on Xbox games, and you spend it over here, and you spend it over there. And when you don't have food for money, or money for food, that's on you.
yeah.
You need to figure it out.
Go buy some beans.
Yeah. Dad, I need some of this. I can't eat that. I was like, well, I don't know what to tell you, man. You know?
What have we done? What have we done to our children?
I call it the Frisco bubble.
Is it? God, I don't know.
You know, they expect to live the same life that they did here under our roof as they do in college.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, we're talking about the money and the college kids spending it, and I needed to check my account.
It made you panic. You're like, you know what? I haven't checked my checking account in a while.
well,
I gave my son my credit card.
I had put on some. I locked my card.
Locked it.
I locked it because my son has it and he's spending frivolously. Like, little.
Did you give him a heads up, or you just locked it?
I just locked it.
So he's standing there at 7-Eleven going,
Evident-
"Come on, man, it's good. It's good. Scan it again."
Evidently, it's still good.
He's still using it.
Well, that lock feature is very effective.
Yeah, so that's why I've got a look of kind of like, what the hell's going on? So I think what I need to do is just have a conversation with him because it's just right.
What's really frustrating is my son calls me, is like, "Dad, I can't find my credit card," because he has his own debit card. That's the way we handle that. We just transfer money to his checking account,
Right.
and he's got his own debit card, right? But he accidentally went off to college with my wife's credit card because we had given it to him for one reason or another, and so he has it, right? And he's been asking permission if he can use it for groceries and stuff like that. Well, anyway, then he tells me, "Dad, that card and my card are missing from my wallet." I hate that. It's so irritating
Well,
because now I have to lock the card, and then I have to order. You know what I mean? I have to shut
So-
down the account and order new cards.
plus if you have any bills tied to that,
Oh yeah, no, of course we
redoing all
do.
that.
Yeah, I'm just so frustrated. So I told him, check every car of every friend you have, check every pocket of every freaking pants you were wearing, because I don't want to do that again.
Right.
I've done it at least 4 times in the last 2 or 3 years. It's really frustrating. But anyway, that's the life of a college kid.
I was watching the little marquee ticker on the God bless it, the TV, talking about Tiger Woods. He was on his way to go meet Drew Brees and some other.
Well, he's doing a TV show.
Is that what he's doing?
He's doing a something for Discovery, I think, where he's teaching people to golf, like celebrities.
Oh wow.
So that's why he was out there in California.
Oh, that's
So
taking a turn
what?
for the
Yeah,
worse.
do we have an update on his condition?
He's damaged
Yeah.
both his legs.
There's his car.
That's not good.
Whoa,
He's calm and
that's
lucid.
not his car.
Yeah,
Good
it's
Lord.
bad.
Oh, they showed a picture of the car?
Yeah, down there below. Go below.
I don't see it.
Go below.
I got microphones in my way.
That one
Yeah.
right there.
Oh, so he like tumbled off a freaking
He was
side
go-
of a.
Yeah, he was going fast, and I don't know what happened, but
Well,
he went off the road.
Oh shit!
Looks like he hit something. I don't know.
yeah, the ground.
Yeah.
So he tumbled down a ravine.
So it looks like the front end of his car is all smashed, and his legs are up there, of course. And I think
That's just unfortunate.
probably got. probably
not
broke.
good. Not good at all.
So we'll see if he can come back from that. I don't know. Does he play again? You think? Because by the time he recovers and all that, because how old is he? Is he 45?
Yeah, your muscle memory kind of
I don't know.
deteriorates kind of quick.
How old is he?
He's 45. He's born in 75.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I would have thought he's older.
So by the time he gets, so that's going to take.
And he was just coming back, like getting his stride and
Yeah,
starting
he
to play
was.
well in some of the
Especially
tournaments.
with all that drama he was going through.
That's
His wife
awful.
beating him up with a golf club.
Well, that was that was quite a while ago.
I know.
Yeah, that was about a decade ago. Wasn't
Yeah, that was a while ago. He had several comebacks and setbacks in between that period.
Well, he had a bad back. He had back
Yeah,
surgery.
I know. No, he has battled back from a number of things. He'll battle back from this too. He's a tough guy, man.
Yeah.
I have
Uh,
tons of respect for that man.
He may jump up to the senior league at that point. I don't know if he can go out on the regular PGA tour at this
I don't
point.
know. I don't
After
know.
50, I think it's 50 is the
Wow.
cutoff. That's
I don't
when
know.
you turn into a classic.
I don't
Well, we
know.
gotta wait and see how bad his injuries are.
Well, he's once in a generation
That's awful.
talent.
Yeah, I agree.
So no one's really come up to battle him yet. As far as, I mean, you have these people who stand out for a little
Yeah.
while,
Yeah.
but not the consistency that he did for as
Yeah.
long as he did. I'm not a fan of his.
Now is he? So
He's a
has
weird
he?
looking dude.
Does he hold like all the golf records, like the
No.
number of majors and all that kind of stuff?
No, Jack
really,
Nicklaus. Jack
okay.
Nicklaus still has that. He's getting close. I think he needed to win another 2 or 3 to tie, maybe.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's kind of out of reach at this point.
Oh man,
But Jack Nicklaus still holds that.
that's amazing.
He was getting close.
Well, that's too bad. I hope he wasn't doing anything stupid. He's besides speeding. I mean, it'd be
Who knows?
too
Maybe he
bad
was,
to.
maybe he was texting or something like that. But who
No,
knows?
that happens. I do it. I'm guilty of it.
Yeah, it's not. That's no bueno.
I don't. I give my kids grief when I catch them doing it. I give my wife grief, just because it's so easy. You look down for whatever. I mean, if it's, but some people also say, well, I look at my stereo. What's the difference between looking down at my stereo and looking down at my phone for a second,
Yeah,
2
don't
seconds?
don't look at anything. I mean, the whole point is to keep your damn eyes on the road, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter
No.
what the distraction is.
I also think it's the situation you're in,
Yeah.
right? If you're in a busy town, this and that, lots going on, you need to keep your eyes on the road.
Yeah,
but if
pay
you're
attention.
if you're on a straight highway for miles, there's no one around. If you want to take a quick gander at your stereo, or
Yeah,
you have a movie going or something like that,
yeah, you do that a lot. What's
Well,
up with
well,
that? That's crazy.
Well, look, in my defense. Well, first of all, there's no defense. But
but your
well,
best defense.
well, I tell you, when I go out of town and I have some of these long drives I got to do, I rent cars, and because they pay for it. But the cars I get have that sensor, so that when you encroach another vehicle, the car automatically slows down.
Oh, good. So you can like chill and watch a movie, and if it
Yes.
goes off, you can be like, "Oh shit!
No,
Oh, what's going on?"
no,
up
you
there?"
don't have to do anything. So
so what if a car is stopped in the middle of the road?
it will stop.
If you're going 70 miles an hour,
It will. Well, I mean,
On the
Hold on, we're not
highway.
talking about autonomous, like steering and
no.
speed.
Well, it does steering assist. So yes.
it will
So-
not swerve to miss something.
No.
No. What? No, it will not.
It'll keep you in the lane.
It'll keep you in the lane. Yes.
So if you had a Tesla, you'd be one of those people that just falls asleep in the
No.
front.
No, I wouldn't do that. That's ridiculous.
There are people that do that.
No.
Yeah,
They
Steven
sleep.
told.
They sleep on long road trips and just let the car drive.
Yeah,
So when I
forget that.
had to drive to what is it, Alabama, I had this tricked out car, and not all the cars are the same. But this tricked out car had sensors on the side, so that if you were to veer off to the left or to the right of your lane, it would vibrate the wheel, and
Right.
it would bump the wheel a little bit to the left or right, depending on which side you're trailing off on.
Sure.
So you
so-
had your crotch on the wheel.
Yeah. And in addition to that, so basically what I could do is I could set the
Why did you arrive at that conclusion?
well
See,
because
he
it was
said vibrate.
vibrating.
Oh,
I would ride that
see.
line. I'd be
He's
like,
just like
"Ugh,
straddling
almost
on
there."
purpose.
One
And it'd
leg,
be
one.
beeping like crazy and be
Oh,
like,
jeez.
yeah, yeah.
So I would set the cruise control, and it doesn't matter what I set it to. Let's say if the speed limit's 70, I set it to 80, 82 usually, something
Yeah.
like that. And that way, when you're driving, you don't have to step on the brake basically. So if there's a car in front of you, it just automatically paces them.
Right. Yeah,
and
I've
when
heard
they
that.
finally get the heck out of the way, then it resumes the speed. and so,
Wow. all
you
by
know,
itself.
Yeah, I think that's quite the man. It's all about
Well, I think it's
life and being.
what. Well,
It's the small little details in life. I think that's fantastic, especially when you're driving. You know, it
Well, I
allows
think
me
it's
to.
beneficial for the long road trips and when you get tired. And
Right.
you've seen footage of people just kind of nodding off and then going off the
Yeah,
side of the
right off the
road.
Yeah, no,
side,
no,
man.
it's a safety feature.
So I think that I'm sorry. Are we past your bedtime?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's going on
Wow.
there?
That was a yawn that literally made me lightheaded.
Hey,
Did you get the
puppy.
Luann's platter at
Oh, that's
Luby's?
not good.
Yeah. Wow. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yeah, right.
Well, you're talking about nodding off and I,
Vibrating steering wheels.
Shoot, I
Well-
was falling asleep driving from Louisiana to here today.
that's not good.
No,
Sean's
I'm
head's
so
back.
tired.
His mouth was agape.
Yeah.
No, look, I'm telling you, there are some times where I feel like I'm gonna wreck, and I need to be.
He's got his leg up on the dash, like
Yeah.
jammed underneath the windshield.
I think maybe I need to start taking some afternoon naps. I think I don't
Yeah,
know.
so you do it
God,
in
you
the car.
guys.
Well, I should have pulled over responsible,
You
but I was
think?
thinking I have got to be for the podcast.
You shut up. You did not nap while the car was driving.
No, I didn't say that. I said I was to pull over a nap for maybe a 15-minute power nap.
Well, that's a good idea. There's nothing wrong with that. They tell you to do that.
Who tells
Yeah.
you?
Oh, look at
The
that.
National
So
Safety Board.
Look at that little. What was that graphic you put up there, producer?
Driving school tells you that too, Mr. Producer.
What do they say?
Thanks for that tip.
The circle of safety.
Circle of safety.
long
I think
range
that's
radar.
good. Good technology. I want
is.
my next car to have some aspect of that. Although it's going to be a long time before I get another car, but my wife may get one, so we'll have to investigate to see if they have that on there.
It can be a little frustrating though. I was driving my son's car, and it has that. It tells you if you're drifting out of your lane, and if you don't signal, it
Like corrects you. Like I want to change a lane, so it's
no,
like
it doesn't do that. It beeps at you.
so it yells at you.
Yeah, it
Like
beep-
bitch.
Right, it beeps
Yeah.
at you, and so I'm like, I know what I'm doing. I'm not drifting. I'm driving, and then, yes, I don't have my blinker on because there's nobody around me, right? And
So maybe that'll get
I
people
turn
to-
it off.
So
I
the
turn
more
it off every
cars
time.
more cars have this, maybe the more people will start using their blinkers because now it's people don't use it.
Because it's irritating.
Well, the
To beep
I'll
at
tell you,
you.
if you have the vehicle that the long range sensor, and you have someone that comes into your lane, and this is a pain in the ass. I have to disengage that feature sometimes when you're in the city, because when people cut you off, the car will fucking slam on the brakes.
Oh, really? So your coffee goes.
Yeah, well, and it's not warranted either because it's kind of like you're going with the flow of traffic and everyone's kind of weaving in and out of each other, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden my fucking car slams on the brakes and everyone behind me is kind of like you just messed up everything.
Right.
Yeah, so I was in a rental car. That reminded me. I was on a business trip. I was in a rental car, and it was snowy, right? Ice and stuff. It was cold.
Up in Colorado.
And no, it was in Chicago, and
Sheboygan.
and it didn't slam on the brakes. But I was pulling out, and there was a car in front of me, and there was a light, and they were braking, and it didn't slam on the brakes, but it made the most obnoxious alarm, like. Bah, 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 and I was like, I panicked. I was like, what the fuck's happening here? It scared the shit out of me.
I think
And
a bomb was going to go off.
just short of it slamming on the brakes and making the car tumble into the ditch, I was like, okay, this is I'm whatever that is, I need to find it and turn it off because that's
Right.
not helpful.
No, it's not.
That's not helpful to me.
Yeah, my son follows stocks and he follows Tesla, and Tesla took a dive today apparently.
Did they?
He said the reason being is there's a video out there.
Oh, the Bitcoin.
No. He said there's a video out
Oh.
there of a Tesla driving away from its owner because the lady had it in auto drive and got out of the car. So it started driving away, and I guess there's a video of her running after it.
Have you ever seen the videos where?
I don't
But it's
think
like,
why
that's
the
just-
stock went down.
Well, that's what he said. I don't know.
Do you
But
know how
no.
they also have this feature where you can call your car? Do you know what I'm talking about?
It'll drive up to you? It's
And
like a valet?
it'll leave the yes. And so the very first the first generation of it, tons of videos out there, and it you got to look them up because it shows the car, and the car is like driving over curbs and shit, and it's like going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and gets confused, and it creates a traffic jam in the parking lot. I mean, it's one video after another.
Really?
Yes, one video after another of it not working right.
Yeah, I don't trust that yet.
I don't either.
It's several years away. I think we'll get there eventually,
I think
but
the
it's a
only
ways
way they're
off.
going to be able, not the only way. I think we'd have to be on a network of cars integrating with each other, interfacing with each other, so that they know, cars all around you, 360 degrees
Look up the
everywhere.
valet feature, Tesla valet feature. The
Well,
videos are
well, that's
hilarious.
kind of a futuristic. You see that in movies, right? Like Minority Report. They get in these cars and they're autonomous, and they get on. It's just like a highway, but all the cars are going the same speed. They get off, get on. I think we'll get there, not in our lifetime, but eventually.
Go back to
All right, so Bo Hansen here. Protect your Tesla Model 3 with a valet
Yeah.
feature.
yeah, but there's ones where the owners are showing the video. They're like recording their car, and they're like, I'm not sure this is working right.
One of the Teslas are cool. They do some cool things, but I
Or
think
you're
they.
talking about the stock going down, though.
Well, I know, and that's what he told me. I don't know if that's why it did, or maybe it was a contributing factor.
So what I've heard was that they anticipated the stock to go down because he bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. And
Well, I asked him that. I was like, because of the Bitcoin? He's like, no.
no, well, he doesn't know that. I mean,
I was gonna say, how does he
He
know?
follows it more than I do, and you.
yeah, well, but well, I'm sure he doesn't know about this part. That's what I'm talking about. Is that they talk about the value of Tesla, and that Tesla is the one that bought all the Bitcoin.
Right.
So they have all these assets that generate money, and then the Bitcoin doesn't generate any money. So it's just kind of like
It's an appreciating asset.
so what they said is that as soon as he bought that, they said in the next fiscal quarter, which is now, the stock is going to drop because everyone's looking at it because they just spent $1.5 billion.
He didn't improve his business by like building a new factory or anything like that. He built
Right.
it. He put it into Bitcoin,
It
so
was
it's not producing anything.
Correct.
it was an investment.
So what they said in the same conversation was to buy right now. When it goes down right now, buy, and then it'll go right back up
Right.
on the
You're
next fiscal.
You talking about Bitcoin?
Yeah, no,
I don't
no,
even-
fuck
Tesla.
Bitcoin. I'm talking about
Tesla stock.
Tesla stock. So if
Gotcha.
it went down, I would buy because it's going to go right back up.
Yeah. What about GameStop?
I don't know. Tell us. You own what?
I'd be
1,000
interested to
shares
find out what the
I own
trend is.
10,000 shares, and I buy it
at $400.
yes, and it's not doing well right now.
I'd be interested to find out what that trend is with the Tesla to see if I'm full of shit or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
What Tesla stock? Why don't you look up Tesla stock, Mr. Producer, and see what happened today.
So it was up over 700, and then it quadrupled. A quad split.
So 698.
Oh,
and it took
God.
a dip at 10 o'clock, right around there.
Oh,
So it's still expensive.
Give me the 1 year, chart at the top of that little thing you're at. I'm at there. Oh my God, do the 5 year. Oh,
If you would have done, what was it, $18? Is that what that said?
they had a
71.
They had a 4-way split,
Yeah, that wasn't too long ago either.
and it went right back up to 700.
Yeah, so if you had one share, now you have 4 shares.
Oh,
interesting.
I tell Steven, I was like, you can't live by the woulda, coulda,
no,
shoulda.
you can't.
I should have
know,
held on to that. I should have sold that. I was like, you got to do what you
So-
feel is right.
the
Yeah.
buzz I hear about this
You'll
Bitcoin,
kill yourself.
and we're not going to talk about it too much. I want to talk about it as a marker that we need to talk about it in one of the future podcasts. But I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced, and I don't know why I'm jumping on those coattails of I'm not convinced Bitcoin's going to work. Probably because the rumor is that Putin is the one that created the Bitcoin in the first place.
Oh, I don't know.
Per public speaker Dan Pena, he's a very rash, angry man, but he's
Yeah,
a billionaire.
But how would Putin? I mean,
But the thing is, nobody knows. Whoever created Bitcoin is anonymous.
really?
Nobody knows who created Bitcoin. He has a pen name. I don't know, some
The
Asian name.
sword.
No, it's right there. That Nakamoto. That is not the dude that made up Bitcoin. All right, the guy that
Samurai.
actually created Bitcoin is
It's not
is
Satoshi Nakamoto.
no, it is not him.
Well, I mean, on Wikipedia they're giving him credit for it.
Okay,
Well,
it says right there.
Wikipedia
It says
is-
it's generally accepted that a person named Satoshi Nakamoto, because this is all about the power of suggestion. So nobody knows. That's really the bottom line.
So how
No
does
one-
this guy know?
Well, I don't know. I don't have any. That's why we need to learn a little bit more about
So
it.
the person who created it, does that mean he owns it?
Wow,
Is he making the money off of it?
that's what this.
Does it matter who created it?
Well,
No, that means
I don't
he
know.
just owns a lot of it.
That's what I mean. He may
So
own a lot of
Yeah,
it.
he's
the
not getting a
story
cut of
is
it.
that I heard from one of his seminars, Dan Pena, was that Bitcoin was created by Putin so to disrupt the American economy.
Well, Bitcoin is worldwide.
It is, but that was
It could crash his own economy.
it could, but
all those
maybe not.
oligarchs buying
That's
into it.
that's what this guy Dan Pena says, and this Dan Pena is a billionaire, and he was just like so angry, man.
He is an angry man.
producers, you know who I'm talking
Oh
about?
yeah, I know who exactly you're talking about. He's quite.
See
he
if you
doesn't
can pull
give
up
he doesn't
Dan
give a
Pena.
shit. Is what it is.
Yeah.
Dan Pena.
He's
He's
like,
got an
I got $1
attitude.
billion. I'm 70 years old, and I don't give a shit.
Good for
ENO
him.
and Bitcoin.
Well, he's got a bunch of videos out there, and he does these boot camps or something like that, and
Yeah.
he gives them hell. Yeah, I don't know what he does, or what he did, how he made his money.
He's Hispanic too, so obviously he's got Pena. But he says he grew up with nothing. And
Yeah, I don't know how he made his money, but yeah, I've
play,
seen his
play
videos.
one of them. I don't care which one. Just pick one.
Hmm.
Just so that
So he's got a business coaching.
The great calls I made
Yeah.
a year
listen
ago
to how he talks.
when Bitfuck was at $19,600. I said, it's over. Smart money, sell half, keep half. My
Turn it up a little
mentees
bit more,
lost billions because nobody listened to me.
He always wears the pinstripe suit.
Yeah,
We got some Bitfucks in there, I can tell.
he
Too
calls them
bad.
bit fucks.
Shows you the stupidity.
Oh boy.
Shows you the stupidity.
Yeah,
And
he-
I know who's behind Bitcoin. And it ain't some fucking Japanese guy in a cave.
Like cave.
I know the guy.
Cave. He
And when
knows.
that comes out, you heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero. Zero. When it comes out, zero.
Huh.
I don't know. So who could it be?
I don't know. He sounds pretty convincing, doesn't he?
Wow.
Well, right now there's a ton of millionaires, and the question is, are they going to get out at the right time to where they don't lose all their millions?
So that's just it. I think
That's
why
the thing. It's just like, how much more money can I make?
Yeah,
how
'cause
much more money
greed.
can I make?
It's greed.
Damn, I just lost all my money.
That's right. It's greed. I mean, and it's easy, right? When you just made $5 million and it was that
so
easy,
That's why I'm
then
thinking.
why bail? I mean, let's go until it's 80 million.
That's why I think Elon Musk. That's why he bought it. Was to bought it so that people would start buying it up, and he's just going to dump
He's going to
it.
sell it, double his money.
he is able
It's a
to
business proposition.
he is able to control the market just by sending out a one-word tweet.
He did. He bought 1.5 billion Bitcoin, and
Yeah.
Bitcoin went through the roof.
Well, did you hear about he recommended it in tweets to buy a messaging platform. I don't know what the name of the platform was, but it was some just a couple words saying, I don't know if he said buy this, but he endorsed a messaging platform, like Twitter, but I don't remember the name of it. And this is the funny part of it. People immediately jumped on the stock market, and they were looking for the ticker symbol for it. Well, and there was another one, this obscure Texas-based tiny little company that hadn't even filed anything with the SEC for 3 years. I mean, it was basically a defunct little company.
Right.
Went batshit crazy. Their stock went absolutely through the roof because people were thinking they were buying the messaging platform. But he's got the power to drive millions of dollars of investments with a single tweet.
So we are almost at our halftime. But before we do, I want to touch on the weekly deaths because I've only got a couple, and they're a little more obscure, and I think we're going to be able to probably skip through them pretty quick, depending on where this goes. Sean wants a beer, apparently.
Oh, Paul's getting one.
All right. So the first
Very
one
good.
is Prince Marky D.
Prince Marky D.
Prince Marky D, yeah.
Was he a rapper?
Yes.
Oh,
For who do you think?
Prince
Run DMC.
Jazzy Jeff.
No.
Gosh. Oh, this is
Think
so fun.
they remade a Beach Boys song. Or no. Oh God, I don't even know who sang that. They remade Wipeout. I don't know who sang that.
That's Run DMC.
No.
Is it an old?
From the 80s.
Oh, it is from the 80s. Okay.
Yeah. Well, the Wipeout's older than that.
Two Life Crew.
No. Fat Boys.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
I've never heard of them.
Remember that little music video, and they're all fat and they on the board, and they're all wiping out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of. There he is, right there.
So one of them died.
Yeah, he died.
Then they shouldn't be that old either.
He was 52,
Damn.
and he died of a heart failure, according to whatever I looked at.
That sucks.
So, but the Fat Boys were around when I was. I don't know if I was in high school or college when they were doing their thing. But they had some videos back in the day, and I remember listening to them, and they were fat. I mean, obviously this guy was large, but the other one was even bigger, I think.
Fat boys.
Yeah.
Fat boys, fat boys.
Oh, there were three of them.
What you gonna do?
Oh, so he was the skinniest of the three.
Oh, he really was.
He's not. That looks like
That looks like What's Happening.
he's thinner than me. What are you talking about?
Remember What's Happening?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Rerun.
Yeah, that guy in the middle.
Well, he's a little bigger in that picture.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some big boys in that. Anyway, he just died. And the other one,
Huh.
I probably should have brought it up earlier when we were talking about gangsters, because I've never heard of this guy, but I thought it could spur some discussion. Raphael Cutolo. He was an Italian mobster. He's the founder of the Nuova Camorra Organizzata. So he formed an Italian gang.
Oh, wow.
He was a mafia boss.
Where? Like in New York?
Italy.
or-
He was in Italy. He was an Italian mob boss.
Well, they can be Italian mob boss here in the United States.
He didn't say. Well, this article didn't say where he was from. It just says an Italian mob boss.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I wonder how they handle like accommodations for their funeral. I mean, this is super private, hidden. I mean,
Yeah,
if there's a mob boss.
Every crime boss in the country or in the world shows up to show respects.
You'd be
and
like,
they-
hey, what's
and-
going on?
And they drop
here?"
the daisy cutter on the funeral.
Yeah, daisy cutter.
Yeah. Have you seen one of those go off?
The daisy cutter?
Only in the
It's
movies.
very impressive. There's videos of it
You
out
gotta know
there.
what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah.
It is
daisy cutter.
It's
the
the
daisy cutter is the most powerful conventional
bomb.
bomb that is
Non-nuclear weapon. It's
Correct.
the
That
largest.
Is that one that's a bunch of them that comes
No.
out?
No, it's one big one.
and you're able to drop it. Yeah, there's a video of it.
Yeah, there's a video of it going off, and it's tremendous.
It is amazing.
Good
And
Lord.
uh,
I thought the daisy cutter was something else, but that
No, it's a extremely powerful bomb.
yeah,
You wouldn't drop it on a mafia.
it explodes, I believe, above the ground, and it causes a vacuum.
Oh yeah, interesting.
Yeah, so
Big
fast forward
bang.
to see if you can see where it goes
So
off.
it
gigantic.
implodes or just
It goes down.
Watch this.
Yeah, let's
So
see if it
cool.
goes off. It's quite large.
yeah.
It's got
So it looks like a large grenade.
they've got an M80 in there.
When it exploded,
It-
the crater was
Wow.
enormous, and the destruction
They just dropped it
total.
in the middle of a forest, and it put up
It
about
remains
a
the single
200-yard
largest
radius.
conventional
Well, I think that was
radius.
over in Vietnam. That's how they cleared landing zones.
They used it in. They've
That's what-
used it in a war.
That's what it looks like.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Looks like they were clearing whole areas.
But
Yeah.
these
I didn't know that.
These dramatizations of
I'm guessing on that, but that's what it looked like.
When it
they
exploded,
float the
crater
bomb
was
down on
enormous.
a
You can see the
parachute in the
shockwave.
middle of a wooded
It was a
area,
blockbuster that
so to
caused
clear
injuries
out
for
That's
miles.
amazing.
At 15,000
someplace for a
pounds,
helicopter to
single
come in
bomb
and
was the
land.
entire
They keep showing
cargo
the same
for
footage
journey
over and
into
over.
hostile
Yeah, they do.
airspace.
Kind of weak.
All
Anyway,
right,
anyway.
so how
Yeah.
the hell do we get on that? Oh,
Well,
the
because
mafia.
yeah, all
to the
the
daisy cutter.
all the crime bosses in the
Good
world are in
Lord.
the same spot.
Right.
Drop the daisy cutter.
All right. I think that's it for part one.
All right.
We'll be back in a bit
Pre-show. Dudes like us.us.
on iTunes and Spotify.
Catch you in a little bit.